Hey Yin. You know, I've been thinking a lot about procrastination lately. It's like this dark cloud that just follows me around, especially when I have things I really want to do.
Oh, tell me about it. It's like we have all these grand plans, but somehow, when it's time to act, we just freeze. What do you think causes that?
I think it's partly because we set our expectations too high. We want to dive into the deep end right away instead of easing in. That's where the 2-minute rule comes in.
The 2-minute rule? I love that concept. It's about starting small, right? Like, instead of saying, I need to run 3 miles, you just focus on putting on your running shoes.
Exactly. It's about making the first step so easy that you can't say no. If you can just tie your shoes, that's a win. Once you start, it's way easier to keep going.
That makes so much sense. I mean, think about it. If I tell myself I just need to read 1 page of a book before bed, it feels way less daunting than saying I'll read for an hour.
Right? And once you've read that page, you might find yourself wanting to read more. It's like a gateway habit leading you down a productive path.
I love how you put that. And it's not just about reading or exercising. It can apply to anything like studying or even cleaning up around the house.
Exactly. You could say, I'll just open my notes, instead of committing to a full study session. The key is to make it so simple that it feels silly not to do it.
And what about those decisive moments you mentioned? You know, those choices we make that can change the course of our day?
Yes, those moments are crucial. For instance, deciding whether to go for a workout or binge watch a series after work can set the tone for the entire evening.
So true. If I change into my workout clothes right when I get home, I'm much more likely to actually hit the gym instead of flopping on the couch.
That's exactly it. It's all about creating those little rituals that lead to bigger actions. Once you've established a habit, everything else becomes easier.
Speaking of rituals, Twyla Tharp has this fascinating morning routine where she hails a cab every day at 5:30 a.m. It's such a small action, but sets her up for success.
Yes, that cab ride is her ritual. It signals the start of her workout routine. It's all about making those first steps automatic, so they require less mental energy.
And isn't it interesting how we often think we need to jump straight into our goals? But really, starting with something tiny can lead us there more effectively.
Absolutely. The 2-minute rule is like a mental trick that helps us overcome inertia. Once we show up consistently, even if it's just for 2 minutes, we start building momentum.
So, if someone wants to start journaling or practicing an instrument, they should aim for just 2 minutes at first?
Yes, and if they feel good after those 2 minutes, they can keep going. If not, at least they did something productive instead of nothing at all.
This is such a powerful mindset shift. Instead of seeing habits as burdens, we can view them as small victories leading us toward our larger goals.
Exactly. The focus should be on showing up and establishing those habits first. Once they're in place, then we can optimize and improve them over time.
I'm definitely going to try applying the 2-minute rule more in my life. Let's see how many little changes we can make together.
Sounds like a plan. Let's keep each other accountable and celebrate those small wins along the way.